How's it going, y'all, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about regressions and how we can use those. So what regressions are is an estimation we can make based on a set of points that is given to us. So for this first part, I'm going to give us a set of points to work off of. So in Desmos, you'll hit that plus sign and hit table. And if you want to follow along and type these points in, you definitely can. So this is just a set of data that would be given. Could be a science experiment or some trials you've done. And so what we can do is we can take that set of points and maybe want a prediction that happens in the future. So instead of maybe X represents seconds, so 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 6 seconds, 10 seconds, well, maybe I want to make a prediction of what happens in 180 seconds. Now, instead of having to do the trial over and over again to get that point or waiting that long, we can use a regression to give us a rough estimate of what it possibly could be. Points typed in, what we're going to do is we're going to create that regression line. So we're going to use the regression formula. So we'll type in y1, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the tilde. It just means estimate. You'll be able to find that on your keyboard if you're looking on a Chromebook or your laptop at the top left. If you're on an iPad or a phone, what you can do is hit this little Desmos keyboard, go to ABC, and it'll be right here. So that just means estimation. And we're going to type the rest of the equation. And a handy little shortcut to type in square root. If you type in SQRT, it'll turn it into the square root. You can also find it on the keypad as well. And we're going to finish typing the equation. You'll notice that it already gave us some points for it. And the nice part about this is it gave you A, H, and K. So you have your equation. And one thing to notice, there is a reason why we typed in y1 and x1, because we're telling Desmos to take the values from the table and plug them into this regression formula. Now, if we had multiple sets of data, we had x2 and x3, we need to actually specify which one we want it to plug into. So we specified and we have it plugged into this specific equation. Now, our last step of what we can do, and just to make it a little bit nicer and easier to read, is we'll just retype the equation and what we can do is we can take this and we can convert it into a table. We can look at multiple points, and now we could get our estimation for points further down the line. For example, 180. So what we can do is we can scroll over to 180, zoom out a little bit. We'll say, okay, at 180, we could actually get a rough estimate. 17.477 would be a rough estimate, and it could be any point you're looking for, but that's just an example of how we could use regression lines. And hopefully this was a good refresher of regressions, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.